Hey guys, John here. Please enjoy these drone shots of the house I'm currently working on while I'll be talking a little bit about some stuff. I'm taking a day off today because I strained my right hand while digging trenches and installing drains around the house. My hand hurts so bad to the point when I'm not even able to press the push start button in my car. I'm pretty sure my hand needs longer than just one day off, but I have to get right back to work because time is ticking and funds disappearing. I didn't just want to be sitting around the house, so I figured I'm gonna throw in some narrated video. I'm teaching my left hand how to operate the computer mice and the touchpad to edit this video, so bear with me. I wanted to also thank you for all the views, likes, comments, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. Especially my other video with illegally crossing the Mexican border is getting some attention now. I filmed these drone shots last November when I purchased the house to record its original condition. In this video, I wanted to especially focus on this south side of the house where I've been currently working a lot to show what all kinds of work needed to get done before I was even able to get to the bottom of it. To be able to install the asphalt moisture barrier liner and the French drains to divert the standing water from the basement to the public sewer. So this is what the house looked like when I bought it. I also pulled up some street view pictures from Google Maps, and this is what the house looked like back in 2011 and 2012 before it changed the latest owners before me. The house actually has a little story to it. As it's obvious from the Google pictures, the previous owners took pretty good care of it. They had the lawn mowed and the yard maintained, but then I also pulled up a street view from local maps dated June 2019, which shows a significant difference in maintenance. There's been lots of overgrowth and lots of junk collected in the yard. The last owners, a couple, were trying to renovate the house. They put up a garage door from the other side and converted half the house to a car repair shop and done some repairs on the inside as well. But they never finished it and been living at the construction site till their death. According to all the stories I've been told by the neighbors, they both been alcoholics and basically drank themselves to death. She went first and he followed shortly after. They were both in their early 40s like me, which is pretty scary and makes me wondering if I'm gonna die working on this house as well. I actually bought the house from the mother of the deceased man who inherited this house after her son. Kinda backwards inheritance, so she just wanted to get rid of it. There was another investor interested in the property, but he backed out. At first I had no idea what I'm gonna do with the house, but then I came up with the triplex idea. So here comes the work process. First I cleared the lot overgrowth, cut down the trees around the house and trimmed the tall grass. Then the demolition process started. I had a helper, plus I hired some other crew for demolition and removing the junk. I don't even remember how many dumpsters I filled, but it was many. There was so much debris from the demo and so much junk collected in the yard and the attic as well. I have lots of time-lapse footage from different angles, but let's just mostly focus on the south side of the house where all the additions have been removed and the door and window openings been then filled in. There are not gonna be any doors or windows on that side in the future. I decided to remove everything to kinda simplify the look of the house. Those additions were not structurally sound anyway and do not meet any current standards and requirements or codes. But then during removing all these, I realized that the stairs to the basement will now remain uncovered and kind of hideous. So I had to come up with some kind of solution how to achieve better look. So I decided to get rid of the stairs altogether as well and will replace it with just access shaft to the basement that's gonna be covered with a lid. The basement is not suitable for use anyway because of the dampness. So 6 months passed since purchasing the house and I finally started digging. After the foundation walls been uncovered, I had to pressure wash the mud off of it so the brick walls can be smoothed with mortar first in order to be able to weld the asphalt liner to it. I had a mason crew and digging crew to do portion of the job, but then different circumstances, finances and weather conditions led me to finishing the rest of the job myself. So this is where the stairs used to be located. The foundation walls were in pretty bad shape, as you could see in the picture. Bricks cracked and large pieces of bricks missing, mostly thanks to the changing seasons and the freezing temperatures in the winter when the bricks, mostly at the ground level, get soaked in water or snow and then freeze. The ice inside the bricks then expands and damages the bricks. Here I'm filling in all the holes to prevent future deterioration, plus smoothing the surface for the asphalt sheet. At this point my hands are already aching a lot from all the previous jobs working with power tools and nail gun, but I keep working in between the rainy days trying to knock this out as fast as I can. I'm determined to finish this project. Because of the rain I had to re-dig the holes few times because the dirt kept collapsing back in. I should have prevented that better by bracing the rims, but later on I just used the tarp to cover the dirt piles. So the next step is penetrating the smooth walls with asphalt penetration so the asphalt liner would stick to it. And then the most annoying job ever: vertical welding of the asphalt sheet. These asphalt waterproofing sheets comes in rolls of 10 meters, about 33 feet, and are really heavy, so I cut them to smaller pieces in needed length depending on the wall height to mainly make it lighter for better manipulation. But even when the length gets around 6 feet, it's pretty exhausting to hold it up on the wall with one hand for extended time period while hitting the adhesive layer with the torch in other hand. This job is not intended for just one person, so I had to come up with some strategy of how to be able to apply these rolls by myself, and I came up with this stick to brace it up there to give me some rest. And obviously you can't really hold it with just bare hand when heating it up with the flame that really burns. Here I slowed down a bit of time lapse to the speed I'm getting from the GoPro to see how torturing it was welding these longest pieces at this corner of the house. This is the lowest point of the house where all the water is getting collected, so the walls are the tallest and rolls heaviest. Here you could see me even supporting the heavy roll with my head to rest my arms. At this point my shoulders are like begging me to give them a break, but I'm not done just yet. Thankfully I have not had any accident, and I have not burnt myself, and I have not poisoned myself with the cancerous smoke and fumes. I've tried to avoid inhaling the smoke, but sometimes I inhaled some when I wasn't paying attention. This is one of the worst jobs out there, but someone's gotta do it, right? So I successfully finished welding the sheets to the point when I could finally start laying down the French drain pipes. It's already been a drag having the yard full of piles of dirt for over 2 months. I've been constantly tripping over some debris while trying to get from one side to another. I can't wait for the moment when I'll rent the mini excavator and start backfilling all those holes and clear the yard up. So here I'm finally getting closer to laying down the French drain. Now, because of how long ago this hole's been dug out, some debris and dirt has collected there over time thanks to the rain and foot traffic. So I also had to re-dig some of it out and then some more to reach even lower point than I had before. See, I previously already laid down a drain pipe, but it wasn't low enough to drain the water from the basement, so I needed to lower it down even more. In order to do that, I had to dig around the pipe and cut it out to where it ends at the public sewer, the manhole. By doing this, I was able to lower the water level by around 4 or 5 inches, just enough to get the water below the future gravel fill in the basement floor. Before, the previous owners been using some pump to pump all the water out, but I wanted to come up with maintenance-free solution without the need for a pump. That's why I underwent this difficult process hooking up the drain as low as I could to the sewer system. I'm also installing the new grounding strip because the old one didn't meet the current code requirements, so when I was all the way down to the bottom, I laid down this strip around the entire house perimeter. The French drain also goes around the entire perimeter of the foundation. So because this is the lowest point and all the water from the basement and around the house is exiting here, I'm doubling down on the pipes. You can notice that little island I'm standing on down there and the pipes going around it. I left it in there on purpose so I don't need to stand in the water, and also I will save some gravel for filling. Now, because how deep I'm standing down there, every scoop of dirt and mud I dig out, I need to throw far up over the piles of dirt so it doesn't slide back in the hole. And that put lots of strain on my hands, especially my right hand is messed up. Every scoop, every throw hurts like shit, but I'm still not done yet. I still need to fill it in with gravel before I can go home because it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. After I'm done with this project, I'm gonna need some time to recoup, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, signing out.